Oh, well, hey guys, I didn't see you come in there. Hello, all you nifty nerds, gaming goons, and joystick jockeys out there in Pixelland. This is Double Shift, the show where seasoned game industry vets talk about how many times Bill Withers says, I know, and ain't no sunshine. But before we get to that, we will talk about video games just a little bit. Actually, Janelle, do you know the answer to that?
No, I never even thought about it.
I know. I believe it's 26. I believe. I don't. You know, I probably should have.
But not in a row, though.
I believe in a row. Yeah, when he goes to that part where he's like, I know.
He doesn't say 26 times in a row.
We'll have to. Well, we'll get to that at the end of the episode because we have to talk about video games just a little bit.
Fair.
My name is. I was like, what do I do next? I forget. It's been. Listen, we've had a bit of a summer break.
I know.
And we're going to maybe take another one soon, but I'll get to that. I'm going to let you know who I am. First, I'm your host, Mikey. That's my name.
Who are
I had to pick my underwears.
Oh.
Who am I? I'm Mikey, aka DJ Lovely Day, along with my friend, former colleague, and currently leaning on someone, Nell. Say hello, Nell.
Hello, Nell.
And then there was producer Geoff, who keeps on using me until he uses me up. So those are, I didn't expect the pause button so quickly. Those are all, of course, Bill Withers references. You're a fan of Bill Withers, Nell, I'm sure.
I knew all those songs, but I was like, I know there's a correlation here somewhere.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
I've been doing that.
Withers, but
I like themes. You know.
Yeah, you do.
I like.
Yeah,
themes.
you do.
Yeah, you're a theme-loving fool. If you're watching on YouTube, which is Double Shift Podcast, you're going to see Geoff magically put our Instagram and our email up there, Double Shift Pod. We are not sponsored by Lucky Charms. I had to think about who that was. But we should be. We should be. Go check out the Instagram. I think there is a new post that says that we did 50 episodes. In fact, I think this is episode 51. So if we were aliens, that would be excited. But we're not aliens. We're Earth humans, and I just mentioned it. So I think after this episode, we'll be taking a little bit of a summer break. Geoff has to go to therapy to work through a lot of the issues that I've caused him through this podcast.
Makes sense.
Yeah, both making fun of him and the grief that I give him off the air about perfection.
It's bad, everybody.
No. Yeah, it's bad. Nell gets scared sometimes, actually.
It makes me nervous.
I myself am a very clean person, as you can see. The space behind me is pristine, and so I expect that kind of level of detail and cleanliness when it comes to producing our show. So that being said, I don't know how long of a break we'll take, but I don't know. We'll be back at some point. Last year, we took a summer break. And then we came back and we did Halloween episodes starting in August. So,
I know.
and until the actual day.
Well, you already have the Halloween stuff behind you, so you're getting started early.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I never not celebrate Halloween. Never not. I'm a never notter.
I like that.
Yeah, never notter. It's like it's a new hairstyle.
Near nada.
Yeah, and my never not. But let's talk about this week's episode. This week's episode is blandly titled Nell Hates Summer. And we'll be talking about soccer, baseball, and basketball games. So essentially, on the last episode, Nell revealed that she doesn't like soccer and wasn't going to watch the World Cup. Actually, let me pause there. Have you watched any World Cup, or are you sticking
I have.
Okay, I figured.
I don't know. Should I talk about it now, or should I talk about it when you talk about whatever?
Talk about it now. Talk about it now. Yeah.
I started watching it when I found out about that Cape Verde team and that guy that everybody was the goalie. That everybody was like, oh, he just had, he barely had 400,000 followers before or whatever it was, and then all of a sudden he went up to like millions. And so I was like, who is this guy? And so I started following that train, and so then I went and followed him as well. That was before he had 10 million. Now he's got well over 10 million. I think he's at 18 million. He just surpassed. Gosh, who did he just surpass?
That's crazy. Geoff. I think it was Geoff. Geoff has
Um,
17 million.
well, anyways, I don't know. I can't at the moment remember who it was, but so then I was like, well, I gotta watch this team now. So then I actually went back and watched the game that he was in because he had like what he like blocked. It was like 7 shots or something against Spain, and they
Right,
weren't really
yeah.
expecting that. And so I was like, I want to see what everyone's talking about. So then I'm like, okay, well now I'm going to start watching this team. So then I
Yeah.
watched the last match where they like tied it up, and then I did watch a little bit of USA at one point because it was on and everybody was talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I watched a little bit yesterday. The thing is my mom watches her sports all day long too.
Yeah,
She's
and
watching.
it's Wimbledon right
Yeah,
now.
Wimbledon is on right now, so that like takes up our whole day. And so the only way I can watch is on Peacock, and it's only in Telemundo. So I can only watch it in Spanish. But
That's so much better
I
anyways.
was like, man, watching it in Spanish is awesome. And especially when he
It,
says goal for like
of course.
forever and his
Yeah,
enthusiasm. I was like, this is actually awesome watching it in Spanish.
it is. It's way
Um,
better. Yeah.
and I don't know. I think does Cape Verde play today?
I don't
Um,
well, I don't remember
but
I don't remember. I don't think so,
yeah, they
but
play today at 3:00
okay, they do.
against
So Jeff,
Argentina. So I'm going to be watching that today. So I
that's good. They're gonna listen. Anything can happen. They're gonna lose to Argentina, but hopefully
how
you
dare you?
continue to watch. The World Cup's fun. It's Argentina. I mean, this is,
I had a former colleague who I used to work with at Namco, and then he also worked with me at Stormate. But he messaged me yesterday, and he said he was going to go down to a bar. He lives near me in Sacramento,
okay,
and he's like, "Hey,
okay.
I'm going to go watch the World Cup. Like, do you want to hang out and watch it?" Eventually, like the plans fell through, and we didn't. But I was like, "Everybody's watching."
Yeah, no, I think especially because it's um in our home essentially,
Yeah.
people get more wrapped up into it. Also, the last few ones um were in time zones that, like, if you wanted to watch it, you kind of had to get up at like 4 a.m,
Oh
and
yeah.
so you had to be, if you're not a soccer fan, you're not going to do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm glad World Cup's fun, but of course Wimbledon for you guys takes
Precedent.
precedent.
Oh yeah.
um
I just had to pause it right now because it was playing, and I couldn't finish watching, so I had to pause it.
Jeff,
But those
you're
start at like
ruining.
4 a.m. though, 5 a.m. they start
Yeah,
too. So by the time I'm awake, it's already almost halfway through the day-ish.
yeah, it's Jeff's fault. This podcast is his baby, so he's taken away from your Wimbledon time. But yeah, you
That's
revealed that you didn't watch soccer, or you weren't going to watch the World Cup, and then after the show, you also revealed that you don't like baseball or basketball. Um, and my job was too busy being on the floor to say anything. But Jeff, for once in his life, spoke up and said, "So you hate summer?" And we laughed. And
yeah.
then I had made a joke that the next episode was going to be about soccer, basketball, and baseball. Um, and we've talked about some sports games in the past, but it's never been the theme of the episode. So this is Danelle's least favorite episode so far. Don't tell me, Danelle, why do you hate summer?
I don't.
I know,
Vote for
I know.
summer. No.
You in
Um,
fact love summer.
and who
I think.
likes those what was it? Oh my goodness, I can't think of the from Napoleon Dynamite now. Who likes those chimichangas anyways? Sorry, I was like,
Right.
vote for summer.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
I love summertime, but I guess it is pretty funny that those 3 sports whenever you guys
Right.
start talking about them, I just zone out, and I just, like, look at something else, and I'm, like, searching for something else.
Yeah. I think that happens a lot more than when we just talk about sports. But and
Motorsports?
hockey as well is another one, but that didn't get brought up. But don't worry, hockey
I don't
fans, I
watch
got
that
you.
either.
I
The
got you.
funny
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is I've actually been to a baseball game, I've been to a basketball game, and I've been to a soccer game. I just
right.
I like going to the sports, but I just don't enjoy watching those ones.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I know that you don't hate summer. It's just
Yeah,
it
I
really
know.
was
It
an
was funny.
excuse. Yeah, it's like, oh, there's my next episode. That's
I know.
90%
It
of the
was
process
perfect.
here at Double Shift. Thinking of the theme, like 90% of writing is like, what do I want to talk about? I sit like this for about a week in
Oh
this
my
chair.
goodness.
I look up. It's crazy. So you're not going to be convinced by any straight up sports games because you're not a fan of the sport to begin with. So we're going to try to find some interesting. I think I found some interesting ones to talk about today, at least.
Okay.
maybe one day you'll play it, or more likely than that, maybe one day you'll watch someone play it. I think that's more your vibe, or maybe you'll watch a YouTube video of someone playing them. I think that's the most likely thing. Or actually,
Probably.
the most likely thing is do nothing and forget this episode ever happened.
It's
So
possible.
we're going to start with America's pastime, eating seeds.
Oh,
Not only is that a reference to System of a Down, but our producer Geoff
oh.
has been spitting seeds all morning here. So on the floor too, which is disgusting. All right.
Yeah.
So
The
we'll start
salt
with
is good
base.
for your feet.
Is it?
You're supposed to well, you're supposed to, like, put your feet on, like, Epsom salt and stand on it, and, like, it's good for you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Anyways.
So what you're saying is that because he's spitting on the floor and he's
Yeah.
probably barefooted,
Yes.
that he's getting a Epsom salt bath of
Yeah.
sorts.
So it's a
Okay. Yeah.
twofer.
Yeah. Jeff, you could just buy a setup, but all right, do it your way. First game we're going to talk about is Base Wars for the Nintendo
What?
Entertainment
Never
System.
heard of this.
Look at that. We have art in real time. It's great.
That was awesome. What the heck? We're fancy
So,
now.
I know. We're right before our break. Base Wars is baseball, but instead of people, it's robots, and the robots have cannons instead of arms, and they also seem to be motorcycles, but they also hover, and I guess they're actually unicycles
What the
because they have one wheel,
This
but
is
they know how to
strange.
play baseball, and that's what Base Wars is. It was an awesome game. I loved this game growing up.
Oh, you played it?
I definitely did. Yeah, I didn't have it,
Hmm.
but I definitely played it. It was one of those like NES games back in the day that we were like, dude, games aren't going to get better than this. This is the best they're ever going to look. What an age that we live in. Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, things got better, but it was still pretty good. And it was a typical NES baseball game, which those were always really fun. And it was a lot faster since they were robots. And despite
Yeah.
my description above where I did my run-on sentence bit, that's one of my favorite bits. There were different robots. Some were unicycles, like I said, but some had
Oh.
legs or some had
Oh,
tanks. It all makes perfect sense when you think about it.
sure.
What made Base Wars different from baseball were the base wars. uh, Players would slide into a base, and then a base war could trigger, and this is where the robots fought each other, and it was really
Oh,
chaotic and
what the
fast-paced
heck?
and awesome. There was even kind of like a plot in the game, maybe not a plot, but like a backstory, Um, and since I love doing it so much, and it's almost summer vacation for us, I'm going to read said plot from Wikipedia. In fact, I'm going to tell you right
Yeah.
now, I leaned pretty heavily on Wikipedia for this episode because it's funny, not
I know
because I'm
it
lazy.
is.
It is. So Wikipedia says, in a 24th century where baseball team owners are dissatisfied overpaying their players, for example, 2.4 billion per year for a lifetime 250 hitter, they've
Hmm.
replaced athletes with armed robots. There are 4 models of robot to choose from, each optimally suited for specific baseball positions. One of the game's innovations is where, upon force plays, the 2 opposing players fight for possession of the base. Another is the ability to upgrade robots' abilities between pennant games. If a team loses 3 robots in a game due to destruction from incremental damage, they have to forfeit. So yeah, I don't have Base Wars, but I have RBI baseball, and as you can see, it belonged to Matt
Matt.
at some point. There's Matt, although I think it's
Hmm.
backwards on the camera, but
No, it's right. That's right.
it's frontwards.
Yeah, it's frontwards.
Um,
Doesn't say Tam.
right. To me, it did. That's the crazy part, and I see it in real time. They should make Base Wars. That's my takeaway. They should remake Base Wars for
Yeah. I'll have to
modern
look it up.
console.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, it's cool, it's fun, and it's already time to move on to our next game. So our next game is still baseball. It is a game called Diabolical Pitch. Take a look at that box art.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah, the box art is probably
Was
the
that a
coolest part.
penguin and a lion? What the heck was all that?
Yeah, and so we'll get to that. The box art actually pretty much shows you the entire game.
Oh,
So this is a game that was conceived and produced by a fella that goes by the name of Suda51. If you know who Suda51 is, you know this game's going to be wacky. If you don't
nope.
know who Suda51 is, just know that his games are always ultra wacky. So do you remember the Xbox Connect by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like their, motion bullshit.
Yep. Yep.
So this was for the Connect. For those of you who don't know, that was Microsoft's answer to the Wii. Well, it was an answer to some people. I never asked that question if they had an answer to the Wii, so I don't have much experience with the Connect, but it was their motion sensor
Yep.
thing. The motion controls were cool when they came out. And they use them sometimes today still with like Switch games. I'm really glad that didn't become the norm in gaming. I like my chair and I like my controller and I like at least 4 old speckled hens while I'm gaming, and that makes me happy. Maybe not truly happy, but I forget all my troubles for a few hours. The game, it's a baseball game, kind of. And there's some
Okay.
sort of story. I don't know. I love stories in real life. We know I don't really like video game stories for the most part. I think
Yeah.
they're dumb. But some big time pitcher falls from grace or is old or something now, and then all of a sudden now he lives at like an evil carnival, and you have to pitch crazy magic baseballs at stuffed animal carnival prizes that came to life.
What?
Of course, you can hit other items too, like slot machine cherries or whatever.
That's what those things were. Okay.
Yeah, they're like prizes that came to life.
Weird.
And did I mess that game up, or did I mess the story up? Probably. But that's the game. And of course, it's motion control. So if you play this game, let's say in your 40s, you can expect to be sore for the next 3 days after playing.
Oh,
It
wait, I
almost
now get what you're saying. So you had to actually throw it and all that. Well, oh my
you
goodness.
actually had you
I
actually
didn't
have
actually connect. I didn't connect the
to.
dots.
We need a sound effect for that, Geoff. When like she tried to think and something happened.
Mm.
Um,
Well,
that works. That works. I think that's good. Kind of reminds me of like a ticket game at an arcade. Where you play to get tickets to go get like finger puppets. It's very simple. Definitely arcadey. There's a lot of noises and there's lots of lights and bells and oddly enough, there's no whistles. I checked. Can you whistle? Can you whistle, Danelle, by the way? Okay. Well, technically you can. Oh,
backwards.
I like the tractor being one. Anyways, you get keep whistling while I'm talking. That would be good. You get ridiculous charge up pitches like thunderballs, and pretty much all I saw in the video I watched was thunderballs, and that's fine. There's lots of explosions, so that's cool. The pitcher also has a bionic arm, so the characters shouldn't get tired, but it's funny because the game tells you to stop throwing so much or you'll get tired. And I think they're saying that for the 40-year-olds out there who are playing it, probably. Can you imagine testing that? Like,
I
right? Someone had to
know.
test it. Like, they
I actually
definitely
just
did.
played darts recently, and I must have played either like an hour, maybe an hour or 2. Oh my gosh, the next day, my
Yeah,
forearm was hurting, and
for
like
sure.
my here was hurt, like under here was hurting from doing, and I didn't even think it was gonna do that. And I was like, really? So
Yeah,
I can imagine throwing the ball like that. Oh my goodness.
right. You're gonna have to get Tommy John surgery.
Mhm. Jimmy
So yeah,
John's.
yeah, Jimmy John surgery. I never had it actually.
Me neither.
Um, I don't think we have one around here. So anyways, despite the pitcher being magical and half robot, he actually does get tired in the game. Maybe his real shoulder's still attached. I don't know. Like the arm's fake, but the shoulder's real. It's like, my real shoulder.
Oh gosh.
And I realize that I really messed up the story because as I'm writing it, I'm like, wait, why does he have a bionic arm? So whatever, screw the story. That's the game though. There's a ton of levels. I watched a video that was probably, I don't know, 40 minutes long. I didn't watch like all 4 minutes. I scrubbed through it a little bit. It's the same goddamn thing the whole time. So I don't know. I never heard of this game when it came out. I probably wouldn't play it now, even though I do love Suda51, the game designer. So we're gonna move on from baseball. It's time to get to soccer action, Danelle, because the soccer tournament that happens every 4 years and all. That thing. So
Oh,
our
that
first
thing.
game is Taito Cup Finals. This game
Never heard of it.
rules. This game
What?
rules. It's arcade soccer action from the 90s in all its digitized glory. I already said this earlier. I'm going to rely heavily on Wikipedia for this game because I think it's amazing. So here's a really nice excerpt from about Taito. Well, here's the weird thing. It's Taito Cup Finals. It's Taito Power Goal. Sometimes it's called Hat Trick Hero. There's a lot of names depending on
Whoa,
the
I
region.
like that one.
Yeah, Hat Trick Hero is a good one. But anyways, Taito Power Goal, aka Taito Cup Finals, and Hat Trick Hero 95 in the US and Japan is a side-scrolling arcade soccer game released by Taito in 1994. That's also, let me pause there. I think the screen that Geoff just showed said 1992, so we'll forgive Wikipedia for being dumb. It features digitized players, referees, cameramen, and a streaker. Like most arcade soccer games, the gameplay is fast-paced with little planning for tactics or positioning. I don't know why that is hilarious to me. The player picks an international team and nominates a star player or captain. Every team seemingly has the same abilities as one another, but the star player on each team is quicker and has a more powerful shot and appears different from the rest of the team. Players can tackle the ball in various ways, sliding, performing a flying kick on an opponent, sweeping the legs of another player, slamming them to the floor, and more. The referee can be knocked out for a few seconds, either by hitting him with the ball or tackling him. Depending on how many credits the player uses in one game, their team is able to perform a special move. So basically, you can pay more money to do cooler stuff, which is, we can't get mad at that.
Well,
we can actually. The special moves are selected when the ball goes out of play. The special moves include Super Shot and Hyper Shot, which when selected sets the ball on fire and pushes the goalkeeper into the net if he attempts to save it. In certain playing conditions, these special moves can be made. That's a great sentence. Thank you for that sentence, Wikipedia. But both allow the captain of the team to make special move if passed to him. That's another great sentence. I didn't edit any of it. I like when they have like really poorly written.
I know. Yes.
That's part of the reason why I like it so much.
Mm-hmm.
The score dictates which shot can be made. A free hyper shot can be made if the score is tied, with the exception of being tied at 0-0. And there are less than 10 seconds left. It's really complicated. A free super shot can be made if a score is 0-0, if the player is winning or losing, and if the time left is less than 30 seconds.
Okay.
If the player wins 3 initial games, they are able to change their team kit colors. On occasion, a streaker or dog will interrupt the game and run onto the pitch when the ball goes out of play. That's amazing. So this game has everything to know: soccer, streakers, super shots.
Yeah.
What's your favorite super shot for 4th of July? Probably I don't know the name of shots unless it's just whiskey.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like a shot. I was like, what, like a soccer shot? I didn't know what you're talking about. Just straight up tequila.
Okay. I think a soccer shot would be tequila and wheatgrass. I think that would be a soccer shot.
I just bought a USA buzzball because they have all the soccer buzzballs right now. Can I say that word, Geoff? Can I say?
No, you can't say balls.
They have
what flavor is?
Yes, it's actually called Flags and Freedom. And I was like, well, what flavor is that? I know. None of them have real names because we were looking at all of them and we were at the store and we're like, what the heck does that mean? And all, the only one that actually said, we also bought one from, I don't know, I think maybe it was Mexico, but it was
Fuegos Rancheros?
Fuego Tamarind.
Okay. Oh.
Because my mom likes spicy. She really likes the jalapeno mango one is like her favorite.
Sure, I don't like tamarind drinks.
And so she didn't know. And so the lady was like, oh, well, they don't sell the spicy mango one at the one we went to. So she had to get like a jalapeno pineapple one, which was okay. But she likes the mango one better. A habanero mango or something like that. Anyways, so the lady was like, oh, try the tamarind one. And my mom didn't like it at all. But then I saw some guy on TikTok. Not TikTok. I don't watch TikTok. Instagram.
Did I watch his TikTok?
No, I've never. Instagram, and he was sponsored by or they sent him all the soccer ones or some of the soccer ones, and he tried the USA one, and he said it tasted like it was like pineapple and orange juice, and I was like, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should taste like a like one of those bomb pops, like the red, white, and blue bomb pop. that would be better. But what do I know? I think Nell saw it go.
But anyways,
Yeah.
so I meant to keep it, and I think I threw it away. Dang it! But I wanted to keep
I'm
the
always
soccer ball.
tempted to get buzz balls because they're ridiculous, but I never do. And that's my
We
story.
got a big gigantic one for tomorrow. Yeah.
Hey, Mikey.
But I'm getting the soccer spirit this year a little bit.
Well, that's
I
good.
even
You could
picked up
play.
they had stickers of at all the Bevmos that we went to, and it's a soccer
Okay,
ball and it says Bevmo on it. So I picked up one of those stickers and it's over there on my
nice.
wall.
Put it on your cheeks for tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
not this one, the other
right.
cheek.
Yeah. Beedle-doo. Uh, Taito Cup Finals. I'll tell you.
I know,
I told you
sorry.
all the things it has. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what it doesn't have. Great music, because there really isn't any. It's well, you know,
Bummer.
a lot of arcade games didn't, especially sports ones. They actually didn't have it, and I remember them having music, but they totally didn't. So what it does have is they try to replicate crowd noise, and
Oh.
it sounds like an industrial fan. And they'll have the random crowd murmurs on the short loop, which I actually like short loop random crowd murmurs. But the industrial fan noise that they play for most of the game is actually super annoying. Um, but
Uh,
I do like like crowd murmurs is like, oh, blah, 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 like them talking or whatever. It's
yeah.
like the shortest loop, and I imagine that
Oh.
um, the sound engineer had like a really long clip, and the producer came in and said, "That's enough, just 5 seconds, and ship
I
it."
told you I did that when I worked for EA. They had us do the sounds for boxing
Oh, that's right.
for one of the UFC games. Not
That's
UFC, for
right. Yeah,
boxing. It was, what is the one that
Fight Night, right?
yeah, Fight Night. And so we were
Yeah.
all in there making different noises around, like, "Oh, get him. Yeah, knock him out." And
Yeah.
just making random
This guy.
yeah. If
Oh, it's
I
Janelle.
know. I wish I was saying that back then I could know it was me. But
Yeah, for
that's a
sure.
bummer they only had such a short clip in this one.
Well, listen, it's nobody cares. They don't care. They didn't
I
care.
know.
Um, the announcers are amazing. When you score a goal, you get the classic long goal, but they're Japanese, and so to me it sounds very pleasing. And
Yeah.
then when you score a goal, it shows the two coaches in little side windows who clearly are like mob, like high ranking mobsters, the way they look, and they're either dancing or they're pissed, depending
Ah,
on if they scored the
funny.
goal or got scored on. The weird part about this game is it's mostly normal. Like the soccer is mostly normal. But then every once in a while, something wacky occurs. Like the ref will be trampled, and then he's like halfway stuck into the ground, cartoonishly, of course. The super shots are ridiculous, like the fire one mentioned earlier. There's also an iceberg um, that sends the goalie like through the back of the net, like into the
Oh,
crowd. And
wow.
sometimes he even explodes, depending on the
Ah,
version. You can pants your opponent,
what?
but of course that's a yellow
Why?
card. And
Oh,
I think that's funny because I would imagine if you pants someone in real life in a game of soccer, that's probably a red card.
I know.
Which
Yeah, for
of
sure.
course that's an ejection. But so pantsing is illegal in this game, but punching is not. You can actually punch your opponents and make them fall down.
Oh my gosh.
Um, it's also other weird stuff. Sometimes you'll get a yellow card, and the player's like scratching his head for some reason, and then all of a sudden there's like a bald spot after he's done scratching, and then
Hmm.
when they return to normal, he has hair again. I don't know if that's intended or not. Given the amount of wackiness that
Hmm.
it's stuck into the game, I'm sure it
Strange.
is.
Yeah.
Um, the end credits after you win this big long tournament, it shows all the players exchanging shirts, and then the camera's just panning around the soccer pitch while players are just taking their shirts off and handing them to each other. I find it funny.
That is
Um,
funny.
and yeah, I watched maybe 10 videos online for this game because there's a bunch of versions. I just wanted to see if I can capture all the wackiness, and more importantly, I was like, well, I heard about this streaker. I played this game back in the day too. I don't remember a streaker.
Hmm.
Uh, not one video or screenshot of the
Shows
streaker.
it. Hmm.
No, yeah. So I'm gonna
It's too
I'm gonna
revealing.
I'm sure there was sensor pixel sensors. But
No, I'm sure.
I want to try to get this game somehow and see this streaker action for myself. But But anyways, Danelle,
Hmm.
now it's time to behold the Kickman.
What?
That's our
Oh,
next
what
game.
the heck? Ooh, I
Sorry if
kind
that
of like
was
the art.
sorry if that was an awkward transition. Yeah, the art is the that art is really cool. Um, this game, listen, well, I'll get into it. This first of all, I'll tell you what I like about this game. This game has a story mode, and we know how I feel about story modes. The game actually encourages you to skip it. They're like,
Hmm.
hey, there's a story, but you like they're basically like,
That's
who
strange.
cares?
Yeah.
I think it's great. Um, so this is a soccer game that's made by a bloke who doesn't like soccer. And I
Hmm.
guess it started off as a joke, and then like it became like a personal game jam, and that gained traction, and then it got made into a game. Um, so it's almost like an RPG. You start out as a weak team, weak club, and then you get monies and you get points to spend on upgrades. For example, passing. Some players can't pass unless you upgrade them,
What the
which is
heck?
which is goofy.
Yeah.
Um, and the developer got a lot of hate because he's basically making a mockery of soccer. He is English,
Ha.
so you can imagine people were like, "What? Offside rules aren't the same. You get more points for scoring from farther away, and when
Hmm.
you score a goal, it says you've done a goal," which pisses people off because it sounds like a mom who just doesn't know what it sounds like Marge, like, "I know, Bart. Let's play the basketball." Right? It sounds like one of
Yeah.
those kind of
Awesome.
sentences, and I get it. Nerds hate sports. Um,
Mm.
they're tired of hearing about sports all the time, so they mock people who like sports. If I had $1 for every time I heard a nerd mock people who like sports and say, "So, Johnson, did you catch the big sports ball match last night?" I would probably have like $3. That's annoying that I've heard it like 3 times, usually like on the work floor. And listen, I'm a nerd and I also like sports, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, Figure it out, nerds that don't like sports. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was doing research, for this episode, watching, videos of this game. I saw it. I read like a blurb. I wrote it down to watch videos later. And when I came back and I was watching all the videos, I found myself kind of annoyed. Like
Oh.
the game was just kind of annoying me for some reason.
Huh.
And I'm not mad at a nerd making fun of sports. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. The game annoyed. Like the characters look like little Russian dolls kind of running around, and I don't know, I felt like it lacked charm. It felt like a really it's like a newgrounds.com almost like web game, like very very simple, which is also fine. And at this point in my writing, I was like, I'm only going to get mean and start talking smack about the game, so I stopped. And
Well, good for
now
you.
now we're gonna exit the Kickman and move on to our next game, which is actually a segment. It's called Galazzo, I believe. And
Hmm.
the segment is Mikey's super excited and long review, even though he'd never played it. So usually we have you review games um, that you haven't
Yes.
played. I didn't want to give you too much homework. Um,
Aw. With the
so I
soccer.
took on the burden of reviewing a game I never played. So here's my review.
Wow. I want to see what you do. Okay.
Yeah. So this is, remember, I'm also super excited and it's a very long review. So grab some popcorn. This looks fun. It's arcade soccer. There's no fouls or offsides. It's fast paced. It looks fun. It has customizable thingies. It's arcade action and it looks funs. Did I say funs? I did. It's a soccer game made by people who possibly like soccer. It has super shots. Wait, so did Taito. It does not have streakers, but it does look fun. So that's my super long and very excited review of
Wow.
the Lazo. Yeah, it looks fun. I don't know if I mentioned that or not.
I think
But
so.
it does look fun. Very simple, kind of also kind of silly, but
No fouls
yeah, yeah,
hmm.
or offsides,
Or
so it's just
offsides.
straight up. So it looks fun.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to play this game forever?
Oh no, no. Um,
But
Paula
you said
Abdul.
it sounds fun. No, sorry.
Damn it, you got me. Those my own words. I remember the first issue of Disney Adventures magazine that I bought at the grocery store had Paula Abdul on the cover. I remember that. I used to buy Disney Adventure magazines. I was a
I
big
don't know what
magazine
that
kid.
is. It really?
Yeah, it was like
Hmm.
you know, it was like a People magazine, but for kids and all. You know, it
Hmm.
was Disney related, and they had activities. I loved activities. You
Oh.
know, mazes and whatnot. But
Yeah. I didn't buy too
anyways,
many magazines. I'm not much of a reader.
I'm well,
Unless it
it's
was
not a
like
read.
Teen Beat and stuff like that.
Just to give people an idea if that they don't already know of the mental maturity that I've reached in my life, like the things that I'm into. I believe last Friday, we got back from vacation and I went to the comics book shop to get like my weekly comics, and Mad Magazine had released their 600th issue. And
Whoa.
I was a big Mad fan growing up. So I was like, I gotta buy it. This is an important issue. And so that night, while wrestling's on in the background, I'm reading my Mad magazine, and I'm like, I'm kind of bored. I think I'm going to take myself to go see the new Jackass movie. So that's that's what I did.
You
That's a lot.
did?
That's a yeah. That's I have not matured from age 14. So
Yeah.
Mad magazine, wrestling, and Jackass all in one
Yeah,
night.
that's typical teenage boy.
Yeah, for sure. And
I
I
mean,
loved it. I loved it.
yeah.
But we're not here to talk about Mad magazine,
Nope.
Jackass, or
14-year-old
glad I didn't say
boys.
that. Yeah, thank you. Better you than me. We're gonna move on to basketball, and our
We're
next game
playing
is
basketball.
love that song. I play the court from hoop to hoop. My favorite shot is the alley oop. Our game is White Men Can't Jump.
What? They
I
made
take
this? I
exception
remember
to that.
Jaguar.
I know. Admittedly, I had no idea that this game even existed. Probably because it was only released for the Atari Jaguar.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't own one of those. Nobody owned one of those. Well, one person did. Our first guest, Master Shimoda, not only had an Atari Jaguar, he still hypes it up to this day, which is
Really?
cute. Um, as you might have guessed, this is a street ball game, and it's similar to NBA Jam. Um, and this is an interesting write up because I kind of changed my tone. You'll see. So at first I'm like, this game has not aged well. It's definitely not like NBA Jam. It's a lot grittier. It's half court. It's a different camera angle, and man, it's rough. It's clunky. It's slow. It looks buggy. It looks frustrating. And apparently, not according to me, but apparently to Jaguar fans, which I guess we've established is only one, it's considered one of the worst games on that console. But that's a
Oh,
console that nobody
really?
had, so who cares?
Hmm.
The interesting part, you've seen White Man Can't Jump, surely,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. Don't call me
So,
Shirley.
yeah, well, that's
Sorry.
Airplane. Um, it has nothing to do with the movie besides the fact that it's basketball. I guess
Hmm.
you do hustle people in street ball, but there's no Woody, there's no Wesley Snipes not in the game, not even on the cover. A lot of movie tie-ins would at least have them on the cover, and then you get into the game and it's like
And there's
they're not.
nothing. Yeah.
There is kind of a story. Loan sharks approach you to play street ball for money, and they front you the ball. They front the money to you,
Hmm.
and then you got to keep on earning. And if you don't, then it sucks to be you. The loan sharks are maybe my favorite part. Jeff, I don't know if you could put that box on the screen again, really quick, because I believe they're on there. See at the bottom,
Oh,
those
down
guys.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the loan sharks. Clearly, a couple guys from the marketing department of this
Are they in a
company.
bowling alley? I don't even
They're
know.
like at your front door, I think, or
Oh.
something. I don't know. It's great.
Hmm.
It's great. Uh, yeah, so that was like digitized. That 90s loved like digitized images, right? Like real images and putting it into the game.
Yeah.
Definitely looked like interns from the company that made this game, but they
Yeah.
had oversized suits and they smoked, so they were, um, they were intimidating. And like the animation that they had was like 2 frames, so it was just like,
Oh
you know, that
gosh.
kind of stuff. I love it. I'm all about it.
Oh no.
Um, and so upon first impression of the game, and listen, I was just watching videos. I didn't play it, but I was saying like this game has not aged well, and then I was watching more and more of the video, and it does kind of look fun, to be honest.
Mm.
Don't get me wrong, it absolutely hasn't aged well, and it looks like it is frustrating. But I bet back in the day, I would rent this and have fun for like at least a weekend. So that's something to be said. Most arcade-like games, if they're playable, I like them, and it looks like this was playable. Um,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't mess with this back in the day because this was on the Jaguar, and I didn't have a Jaguar because nobody did except for Shimoda.
Mm-mm.
He's the only one. I'll have to
Mhm.
ask him actually if he's played this. He'd be like, "Oh man, I love that game." But yeah, I've talked about everything that this game gave me to talk about.
Yep.
Oh no, there's one more thing. It came with the multi-tap. You know what a
Oh, I saw
multi-tap
that on that
is?
box thing, but I don't know what that meant. No.
It's like you can plug in more than two play. Like you can plug in like 4 controllers, right, and play with 3 other people.
Oh.
Uh, so I think so. Like this game, I believe it was packaged with the multi-tap. I think. And the multi-tap only worked for this game and NBA Jam. That's the only the only two
Oh,
uh,
wow.
games on the system that worked for. So
Wow.
anyways, we're gonna move on. That was some silly basketball action. We're gonna move on to some proper basketball action. Danelle, which is Barkley, Shut Up and Jam,
What?
or a reasonable facsimile thereof. Hell yeah, that's right. He's not a role model. Remember those commercials? And this is a proper basketball game.
Never heard of it.
It's a 2v2 street ball from the NES era. Pretty fun. But actually, Danelle, we're not going to talk about this game. We're
What?
going to talk about another game called Barkley, Shut Up and Jam, Gaiden. I don't believe you're ready for this, Danelle.
What in the world? Is that a
It is
mashup?
it's the most incredible thing that's ever happened. So this is a freeware game. It's presented as if it's an actual sequel to Barkley Shut Up and Jam, which is a
Okay.
proper basketball game.
Okay.
Obviously it's not. That's like that's the joke. Some fans thought it would be fun to take Barkley Shut Up and Jam and create an epic adventure game out of it. And the first time I heard about this, I thought I was being trolled. Someone at work was describing it to me. I was like, "You're making all of this up. That's not a thing. Like this is like no, nobody's done this." And then they're like,
Yeah.
"Here's the YouTube video," and watched the videos, read up on it, was blown away. Probably the most random thing in video game history. I'm going to say it now.
Hmm.
This game, and this is why I love homebrew and fan made stuff and freeware, because you get weird stuff like this that no
Yeah.
company would ever make.
Yeah.
So listen. I wrote this down wrong in my little script here. I was going to say I hate to reach into my read straight from Wikipedia bag twice in one show. I believe this is the third time. But also I don't hate it. So per Wikipedia, here's the plot of the game. Now this, just pay attention because I think this is where when I was saying you're not ready for this, it's
Yeah.
that nobody's ready for this. So it's the year is 2041, post cyber apocalyptic Neo New York. Charles Barkley performs a powerful chaos dunk at a basketball game, inadvertently killing most of the people in attendance. As a result, basketball is outlawed, and many basketball players are hunted down and killed.
What?
In 2053, another chaos dunk is performed in Manhattan, killing millions. Barkley is blamed for the chaos dunk and is hunted by the basketball removal department led by Michael Jordan.
What?
Barkley is rescued by another outlaw referred to as the Ultimate Hellbane. Hellbane leads Barkley to the tomb of LeBron James, revealing that Hellbane's real name is Balthios, the mixed-race great-grandson of LeBron James. The ghost of James tells the two to seek the Cyberdwarf, who is hidden in New York sewers. While searching for the Cyberdwarf, they are joined by a cybernetic Vince Carter, who has lost his memory. Upon finding Cyberdwarf, the four of them rush to a nearby church where Barkley's son Hoops is hiding. In the church, Jordan kills Father Larry Bird and holds Hoops hostage. Cyberdwarf, looking at Hoops, comments that Hoops may be the one. The comment restores Vince Carter's memory. He was killed along with many other basketball stars, but was rebuilt by the terrorist organization Blood Moses to kill Hoops.
What?
And so Carter joins Jordan, but the two are driven off by Barkley and his party. There's more to know, don't worry. Cyberdwarf theorizes that Blood Moses uses a powerful basketball called the Ultimate B-Ball, the same B-Ball used by the Monstars in Space Jam to steal the powers of basketball players, including Barkley himself, to perform the recent Chaos Dunk. So they travel to the old Spalding building to find a rumored extremely powerful basketball. There, they discover such a ball had been created, dubbed the Hell basketball. This ball was so powerful that a janitor who mishandled it inadvertently performed a chaos dunk in the building years ago. With the Hell bead ball in hand, the party seek out Blood Moses. I'll pause, Danelle. How are you feeling about this so far?
I think somebody was high when they wrote this.
No, this is poetry. One more paragraph and
And
then
I
we're
like
done.
how they had to mention that the guy was mixed race. Why did they have to say that?
Yeah, the internet's a terrible place, honestly. That's why.
But yes, go on.
So they find they find the Blood Moses headquarters on the slave ship Necron 5. After freeing Carter from his programming and defeating Jordan in basketball combat, they find the leader of Blood Moses, a shadowy version of Barkley created by the ultimate basketball to destroy all life on Earth with a super powerful chaos dunk, then repopulate the Earth with Barkley clones. Shadow Barkley is defeated, but machinery on the ship is set to perform the chaos dunk without Shadow Barkley. The real Charles Barkley stays behind, while the rest of the party escapes from Necron 5. The Monstars attempt to stop the trio from escaping, but Balthios holds them off, while Hoops and Cyberdwarf successfully leave Necron 5 using an escape pod. Charles Barkley then performs another chaos dunk, destroying the ship and saving the Earth, seemingly killing him, Shadow Barkley, and Balthios in the process. And that is the plot of the game to now.
Whew, I am tired listening to you.
To take in. I've not the first time I've heard that sentence.
That was weird and stupid, and I don't want to say stupid. It's like
no, it's stupid, very stupid. But that's not a
so
bad thing.
Outlandish. I don't know. Somebody was really thinking in depth about this. There's just too much going on, and it was just
yeah. And that's only like the Wikipedia description.
I mean,
there's more.
What a description! Like, wow, that is so detailed, though. So detailed. Like, you probably don't even know all that playing the game. I mean, maybe
I wouldn't. That's why I rely on Wikipedia. So
wow,
I don't have to think.
That was insane.
So it's totally not a basketball game. It's heavily inspired by Japanese RPGs, and also a little bit by Mario RPG. You just gotta watch videos. It has to be seen to be believed. There's Genie, Shaq, Shazam in the game. There's some sort of weird snail Bill Cosby creature. The Space Jam soundtrack plays in the background, which is awesome. There's some character that to me looks like a punk rock bird, but I think it's a basketball that has a beak. There's Devil Dinosaur Barkley. There's evil referees. There's air horn monsters. There's a lot of text. It's a Japanese RPG basically, so there's a lot of text to read, a lot of dialogue. But yeah, just when you thought there was no hope left in humanity, we get a game like this. 10 out of 10 big feet for me. That's what I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely recommend.
I don't know what to think anymore. I don't think I can think after that. That was just a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cluster puck, if you will. Did any of that description make you hungry?
No. It's made me confused.
Not even for a little bit of snacks?
Snacks? I said that at my friend's house last weekend, and snacks? They didn't get the reference, but snacks?
The friend that listens to this show?
No.
No,
it was, I know. It's a friend of a friend, but
yeah.
We were all getting ready for hungry for something and snacks, and I said that, and I was like, "Oh man, you guys don't get it."
Right.
I thought it was funny.
Why is she saying it like in a form of a question? Snacks?
Yeah.
Well, Danelle, since it is the Danelle Hates Summer episode, I did decide
snacks
to go
that I
with
hate.
Well, kind of. I listen. I don't spend long on this today, so I'm not going to torture you. But I decided to go with the family of snacks that you'll hate. I believe so. Puffed corn snacks, I guess, is the best way to put it. Cheetos Puffs or anything like that. You hate them, right?
No. I used to not like Cheetos Puffs, and then I started liking them maybe 10, 15 years ago. I actually really liked them. I don't like cheese balls, though, for some reason.
Oh, okay. But a lot of times I mention puffed corn snacks of some type, and you'd always go like, "Ew, it smells like feet" or whatever. So that's what we're doing today.
Well, Funyuns.
Yeah, you don't like Funyuns. I don't think I put them on there. But
No, there's some.
there's a
I
lot
think
of there's a lot of corn puffs out there. A sentence I never thought I would say in a million years, but
how
here I am
corn.
saying it because I wrote it down, so I knew I was going to say
Okay,
it.
let's hear this.
So I recently had the Target brand, whatever the Target brand is called, Good and Plenty
Market
or something.
Pantry. Market
Oh,
Pantry.
okay, thank you. Good and Plenty is a candy, right? But they
Mm-hmm.
have pickle puffs, and it's basically Cheeto puffs, but instead of cheese, it was like dill pickle. They stank, they gave you bad breath, and they made you really thirsty. And I thought they were amazing. But you
Wow, you're
probably
so
wouldn't.
weird.
You wouldn't like them, probably, right? And
I'd try it.
there's also Annie's Cheesy Cheddar Smiles, a healthy
What?
knockoff of Cheetos Puffs.
I like
Smells
that
like
name.
yeah. Smells like feet. Always feel kind of stale. They're amazing. Planters cheese balls from the 80s, and they're back now. They
Oh
also smell like
yeah,
feet.
I thought they weren't.
There's a theme here. All of these smell like feet. Planters cheese balls they're back from
Hmm.
the 80s. I think they
They're from the
cryogenically
80s.
froze them in the 80s, and now they're back. They also smell like feet. They have the most unnatural neon orange color you've ever seen, and they're amazing. So yeah, when
You
I was
like
writing
feet.
I guess I do. I mean, I like,
The smell of
Stilton
it.
and Gorgonzola and all that kind of shit. So,
I'll drop off a bunch of dirty socks on your doorstep for you.
thank you. I haven't worn socks for a while. So you don't hate this segment as much as I thought you were. I was gonna
No.
pause. So you like Cheetos Puffs? Do you like anything else like this? Even stuff that smells like feet?
I don't know. I was like, now you're putting me on the spot here. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
I don't snack a lot, at least not anymore. So,
no, that's my downfall
yeah, I
of the
gotta keep
snack.
my girlish figure. No, I don't snack. After I
Okay,
eat lunch, I don't eat anything until dinner.
it's excellent. Well, I'll
No,
give you a couple
I
more.
can't. Well, really fast though. Yesterday when we were at the store, I saw that Bush's Baked Beans has dill pickle beans right now.
Nice. There's still pickle everything. Like,
There is. They also had
yeah.
apple pie baked beans, which
Fuck.
to me that
Well,
one.
I guess like a lot of them are, brown sugar bay.
Yes, which may be
So I
okay because
guess
brown sugar and apples go together.
that's true. Yeah.
The pickle one did sound interesting. I wouldn't be upset with trying it.
No, I like baked beans. They're
Me
good for your
too.
heart.
Oh, we bought a
Um,
bunch of beans for tomorrow for 4th of July.
you know what? You're making me want to buy beans. You're making me reconsider this snack segment. I really should have gone with baked beans, but I didn't. I didn't. I'll give you a couple more examples.
Yep.
Here's the best one: Cheetos Paws or Chester's Paws, whatever they were called. Oh my
Oh.
god, those were a delight. I haven't had them in years. I don't even know if they make them anymore,
I
but they
know.
look
I
like
totally forgot about them.
yeah. Oh my god. So they kind of look like paws.
Yeah.
I think they used like 4 times the dust. Methinks they were just very dusty, and I loved them. And even thinking about them now kind of makes me feel sick because they're gross, but it's a good gross. If it
I
is
just
that a
saw a
thing?
lady yesterday on Instagram, and she was showing you what was in a Cheetos, like a
Oh
regular
great.
Cheeto. And so it's probably the same thing as the puffs and what you're talking about. And she
Yeah.
had this big gigantic jar, and then she was like oil, and then she's like vegetable oil, and then
Yeah.
it was like all this other stuff, and then it was like yellow #5, orange #5, and it was like blue lake #6, potassium, citric acid. It was like all this stuff, and it was this gigantic jar. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, I used to eat that. Like that is
No, I know. I
so
know.
gross. It's so bad for you. Everything was bad. It was just ugh. But they taste
Yeah.
good, but it's awful that it's like you think about all that. Ugh. Anyways,
No,
continue.
no, there's I try not to think about it, I guess.
No,
I
I know.
should.
Otherwise, you can't eat it if you think about
Yeah.
it.
Sounds good though. Uh same with like the McDonald's. I don't think the pink slime thing, I don't know if that was real or not, but
Oh,
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. There's
Sure.
also Pirate's Booty,
Oh,
or as I call them, feet scented cardboard snacks.
I like
Um,
those actually. Well, not feet
to-
cardboard snacks, but
toddlers definitely like them. I ate them a lot when my kids were little.
hmm.
Um, and I think they were marketed as healthy at one point in time.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say I kind of didn't like them because I think they weren't as flavorful or something, and
no
probably
straight
because
up
they're healthier.
feet, not like cheesy feet, just straight up feet is what they tasted like. I think they're gross personally, but I ate a lot of them when my kids were like
They're
really little.
bland. I think that was what it was for me.
They are bland, and they sold them at like Jamba Juice because like it's like, oh, look at these
Yeah.
healthy snacks. Not healthy whatsoever, but that's fine. And then of course there's Trader Joe's Cheetos Puffs or whatever they're called. Those are also fine. Those make
Never
the
had
list.
them.
So now we have to pair all these feet scented
Oh
snacks with
yeah,
a
gosh.
foot themed game. You see what I did
Oh
there?
no.
So today's game is Virtua Striker 3.
Oh, okay.
This game is a very specific memory for me. So I grew up in a soccer family, right? My dad was obsessed with soccer. I think he was even
Oh, okay.
FIFA certified to be able to at least do the line judge refs, and
What?
he did ref a couple, like it was before MLS, but whatever
So
the
you
league
guys are
was.
watching the World Cup?
Oh yeah,
Whatever it's
absolutely.
called.
Oh yeah, yeah, the soccer
Oh,
tournament. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Um, both my brothers were really good at soccer, and even like now my sister's family are like all my nephews and my niece are like crazy good. Her husband is obsessed with soccer. Football is life for them.
Hmm.
Go
Interesting.
Mexico on their behalf. So I all that to say, I've played my fair amount of soccer video games over the years, but this one in
Okay.
particular,
Okay.
I played the crap out of in an arcade somewhere in Paris, and I don't remember the name of the arcade. But they had like 12 of these soccer machines in the like the arcade was like half random games and then half like this soccer game. It was the most popular game. Obviously, it's
Wow.
Europe, so that's all they do.
Yeah.
So my dad moved to Paris for about a year when I was in high school to study French cooking and baking.
What?
Yeah, he did like a sabbatical and went to Le Cordon Bleu and
What
you know
the
so
heck? No, he didn't. I didn't know this. I
yeah,
don't remember
yeah,
you talking about this.
he was a real chef and a real baker for
What?
sure.
That's awesome. Your dad's awesome.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
awesome.
And so
Yeah.
we my mom went to visit like a bunch of times like during the school year, and I just I was in high school at that point. I could stay home basically, right? But
Yeah.
in the summer we went to visit him. Um and I had a lot of downtime because he was like still in school. Like he was like in class most of the day. So I just walked around Paris, right? Like um
You were in
and after
Paris
I
and you
found
played video games? No.
yeah. Well, I was going to say too, after I found all of the McDonald's in Paris in my area, I found this
Wow.
arcade. And it wasn't too far from where he lived. So I walked there every day, uh, except one day. France beat Italy in the Euro Cup while we were there, and I was not allowed to go outside that day. It was insane. It
Oh,
was
I could
awesome.
see.
The
Yeah.
city was destroyed. Um, yeah, I went there like pretty much every day. I pretty much played this game. The machine is amazing. It's a really big machine. It's pretty cabinet, very
Ooh.
inviting aesthetic and colorful buttons and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a great game. It looked like FIFA, and it was just more arcadey, basically. Arcadey is a word. Stop giving me the red
Arcadey.
squiggle. Yeah, I keep getting the red squiggle when I write arcadey. Um, the graphics were crazy for the time. Um, Super smooth, realistic looking for the time. Could kind of make the faces out really good for that time because you remember like Goldeneye and it was like
Yeah.
um, the grass and the shadows on the pitch were like amazing. The goal looked like photorealistic. It was great arcade experience, and it was fun. It moved quickly, not too quick, responsive, smooth frame rate, easy to pick up. Maybe a little too easy. I remember staying on the machine a lot longer than I should have. I can't remember if you won the match if you continued. I don't think you did. I think that's why it was easy. I think you had to put more quarters in to play another match. But it was a good bang for my franc or euro or whatever they had at the time. Buck. Um, you could exploit it. Like the goalie was kind of dumb, and you could just run into him and steal the ball from him and like run into the net. But soccer games have dedicated hours of development time just to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. So um, some local French kids even came in and challenged me. Um,
Oh.
like Street Fighter, to put their quarter down and stuff, right?
Do they speak French to you? Do they have English at all or no English?
Well, no, yeah. Well, most people like in Paris or really all of Western Europe know how to speak English, like begrudgingly. So, but I think they were. First of all, I thought I was going to lose and I didn't. And they said something to me in French and walked away. I think they must have said good game. Yeah, that's definitely what they said. But
nice.
And all the text was in French, but it's an arcade soccer game. I didn't know, like, I didn't need to know how to read. I barely know how to read English. So, yeah, I played the crap out of this game when I called Paris home for about a week, and and there you have it. That's probably that's the only normal sports game in the sports game episode.
Wow.
And because of that, there's not much to say. I played this game in Paris. That's
awesome,
my
though.
1 week in Paris, a documentary about Mikey eating McDonald's and playing video games in Paris. So, your thoughts, Nell, on popcorn and Paris arcades?
I'm with it. I'd love to go to Paris.
Yeah. Well,
it's on my bucket list.
You're sneaking into our luggage next summer, as we discussed before the show started. So even though you don't have to,
no,
be very uncomfortable, probably deadly. Actually, I would imagine. So don't do that.
I don't do yoga anymore, so I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, exactly. Get into those weird. I'm pretty sure our friend Yoga for Adrian has a yoga for sneaking into luggage to fly to Europe.
Oh, wow. I'll look into that.
She has a lot of specific,
I'll practice.
episodes,
so, yeah.
All right. Well, it's now time to move on to Rapido Firo, which is this week called Don't Forget About Hockey. So hockey wraps up in the summer too. I know it doesn't feel like a summer sport, but it's like the exact same schedule as NBA, maybe with about a week difference. So basically, here's some weird hockey games to check out. Simple. First one's called Bush Hockey League, and I actually have this game. It's also known as Old Time Hockey. It's an arcade hockey that takes place in fictional 1970s hockey league. It's fun. There's a lot of mustaches, and it has a beer mode, which allows you to play with one hand. I figured I'd get a sound effect for that, but maybe not. There's also Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey. I also have this game. It's NBA Jam on Ice. Say less, right?
What console was that for? You know?
The 3D hockey?
Because I played a hockey game, and it was on Sega, though. We had a roommate when I was a really young kid, and that was like the only hockey game that I played. And I had a lot of fun playing it, and I wish I knew which one it was.
Well, the Wayne Gretzky one is on N64, and I have it next to me, but I can't find it. I think I've shown it on the show before.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not the one I was thinking of then. I'm trying to figure out which one it was that I played.
Probably. Was it like kind of like normal hockey-ish?
No, it was definitely
arcadey or whatever.
Pixel people, yeah. I think.
Pixel people.
Pixel people.
Probably NHL 94. I mean, that was like the GOAT.
I was going to say it was around like 94 or something like that.
That was the one. Even in Mallrats, he's playing it in the beginning and ignores his girlfriend. So shout out Mallrats. Next one is called Tape to Tape. So much more than a hockey game, but it's fun because you can bribe refs, use a grappling hook, and throw sticks at the opponent's skate. So that's fun. Next one is Heated Rivalry. Hey, how did this make it in here? Geoff.
What?
Ridiculous, Geoff. And our real last one is Super Blood Hockey. Throwback to 8-bit pixel hockey. You manage a team of prison convicts, control their diet of illegal drugs, and engage in hyper-violent matches where fights lead to massive bloody rumbles.
This is real?
It's real. I don't know how the heated... Geoff definitely snuck the Heated Rivalry one. That's not even a game. That's a book and a show. Is that
movie? Oh.
It's a show. It's about two hockey team members who fall for each other, Geoff. Bro, okay.
Speaking of that...
Yes.
The guy from that. So I didn't even know we were watching... I forgot what... The last couple of weeks, we were watching TV, and on the TV there's this commercial for this guy, and he's like on an exercise machine, and he's singing the Fame song, and he's like dancing around. He's barely got like a t-shirt on or something. I'm like, who is this guy? And they kept showing the commercial over and over again. I'm like, I got to see who this guy is, and it was the guy from Heated Rivalry.
Oh, okay, I see.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so I didn't know it was him, but they just kept showing it over, and then I realized it was him.
I didn't either. It was quite the rage when it came out, and hopefully one person that listens to this podcast will like know about it and laugh at that joke. I mean, not joke. Geoff absolutely snuck it in there, and not me. It wasn't me that wrote it down and pretended that it was Geoff. It was Geoff going rogue into the
Going rogue
document and adding his favorite show and book, Heated Rivalry. What have you learned today?
That I don't hate summer.
Woohoo! We cured you.
No,
Mark.
She heard you say woohoo. I don't know why she didn't
woohoo! Do you want to go? Sorry. All right. Well, it's time to get to our main topic. What?
No, so I learned a lot.
Okay, good. And I said the magic sentence to your dog. I hope she couldn't hear me. Do you want to go for a it's time to get to our main topic. How many times Bill Withers says "I know" and "Ain't No Sunshine"? Geoff, do we have enough time to talk about that today? It's like we rehearse it every week. I swear to you. Oh, there it is. I thought maybe for a second he was like, no, you know what? We do have time. Let me stop the music. But alas, we're getting the high sign from Geoff, which means we're out of time. So it's time to say goodbye to Nell.
Goodbye to Nell.
Yes, classic.
I hope you could hear that.
And we heard it. Oh, we heard it. And with that, we leave you with the double shift toast, which you can buy one of those American beer bongs to drink out of. May your gamer score be heavy and your backlog be light. May your connection be strong and your aim precision tight. May your Joy-Cons be as mighty as the ocean, but never should they drift. And for all you QA pirates out there, you'll survive your double shift. See you soon.
Ahoy, mateys. Can't do it for that. Seemed like it went on forever.